Henry Stahmann, hanged July the 6th, 1923. On the morning of Friday, July the 6th, 1923, Henry Stahmann was led to the scaffold at the Regina Gaol, only to find the trapdoors wouldn't open. Sthamann, who the Regina Morning Leader described as, quote, unemotional but repentant, arrived to find guards and hangman Arthur Ellis working frantically to repair the trap, swollen shut by heavy rains from the previous evening. The repairs took 15 minutes as Hangman Ellis tested the trap 4 times before he proceeded with the execution. Sthamann's body was left hanging for 14 minutes before being cut down at 9:30 a.m. His crime, the robbery-murder of Fred Barnsley near Hodgeville, Saskatchewan, on November the 28th, 1922. Barnsley and the Sthamann family were neighbors, and as the Barnsleys were planning to return to England, Henry Sthamann had apparently offered to buy their property. On the night of the murder, Sthamann arrived at the Barnsley farm where the family was eating. He waited for them to finish and then left with Barnsley to visit Sthamann's brother Charlie. Barnsley had $75 in his possession, about $1,400 in today's money, although he couldn't explain to wife Maggie why he needed it. 1 hour later, 2 men came looking for Barnsley, one of whom Maggie recognized as one of Henry's brothers. They departed, presumably, to look for the 2 men. In the meantime, Henry Sthamann would claim that he and Barnsley had been attacked by 2 men wielding a hammer. Sthamann was hit in the head and back, but managed to escape, running to his brother Charlie for help. Eventually, a rescue party would find Barnsley dead from a fractured skull. A blood-splattered hammer was found at the scene, which turned out to be Barnsley's own hammer, which he had loaned to Henry Sthamann that very day. Police believed the actual murder weapon was a heavy thigh bone from either an ox or steer. But what they didn't believe was Sthamann's story. Arrested November the 30th, he told police that he had argued with Barnsley over the price of the farm, and Barnsley had attacked him. In self-defense, he grabbed the bone and hit Barnsley several times before fleeing. The $75 was missing, but before his preliminary hearing on December the 6th, Sthamann admitted taking it. At the hearing, he told his father where to find the money, the elder Sthamann informing police, who recovered it. Sthamann later claimed to have conspired with 2 men to rob Barnsley, Charlie Mitchell, or Michael, and his own brother Charlie, but in the darkness, the 2 Charlies had attacked him by accident before pursuing Barnsley and knocking him to the ground. Both were promptly arrested, but at their preliminary hearing, Henry returned to his initial statement, claiming that he and Barnsley had been attacked by 2 strangers. Michael was released, but Charlie Sthamann was charged with robbery, although the case against him collapsed when the judge refused to admit Henry's statement implicating him. In the end, no one believed anything Henry said. Tried at Gravelburg, the jury took less than 30 minutes to find him guilty. But even in death, Henry Sthamann proved something of a mystery, as I was unable to find him in the City of Regina Cemetery database. As a result, I turned to local expert Kenton de Jong, a travel blogger who leads tours of the old cemetery. Kenton told me where to find the grave, and the mystery was solved. On the tombstone, his name is spelled Sthamann, but everywhere else that I've read, his name is spelled Stahmann. The images on screen show me visiting Henry's substantial gravestone, which indicates he was 25 at the time of his execution, and is inscribed, "He giveth his beloved sleep." Let us wish the same for Fred Barnsley and all those hurt by Sthamann's actions. The primary source for today's video is Melanie Cole's article, "The Murder of Fred Barnsley," found on her blog, melaniecole.com. Other sources include the account of the case found in Death by Rope by Jeffrey Pfeiffer and Ken Layton-Brown. All other sources are listed in the description. And once again, I'd like to thank Kenton de Jong for showing me the location of Sthamann's grave. I've put a link to his blog in the description as well. I hope you will consider subscribing to The Gallows, where we explore Canadian murder cases that ended on the scaffold. Please like, share, and comment, and remember, if you're born to hang, you'll never be shot.